Hello everybody, my name is Austin, and today we're going to talk about the 2019 Child's Play remake. Before I do, I just want to say thank you all so much for watching my Joker review. I'm so glad that you all loved it, and honestly, I'm just loving the positive feedback, and just, again, thank you so much. I couldn't have done it without you lovely people. Now, on to this review of this very mediocre movie. So basically, instead of being the normal possessed psycho killer doll by Charles Lee Ray, it is a technologically advanced toy named Buddy. Now, by the way, before I actually get into the review, I just gotta say that it is a spoiler review. This is gonna be full of spoilers. It's been out for almost a year now, and I feel like people have had time to see it, so this will be full of spoilers. I'll put it up on screen, don't worry. Spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. But basically, the beginning of the movie, I guess we'll start with that. What happens is, this worker, he's getting abused by his boss. I don't know where it's taking place. It's a very abusive company, so I really don't know. But basically, this employee is tired of getting abused, he's tired of getting treated like trash, so he takes off all of the safety protocols on the doll and basically makes it go haywire. So then after that, he jumps off a building and kills himself. That's basically how the movie starts off, and then you get the cool new music. I love it. And then the movie kind of starts from there. Like, I believe after that you have a commercial for the Caslin products. I can't really remember. I saw it a couple days ago again. But basically that's kind of how the movie starts off. Now, when I first saw this in theaters, I was kind of iffy on the way it started, because it was just, to me, the whole idea of a killer doll that wasn't possessed by a Charles Lee Ray, that kind of takes the personality out of him. Now, of course, people say, oh no, this version, he still has the personality, still has that. But he doesn't. Now, does Mark Hamill do a great job voicing Chucky? He does a phenomenal job. Yes, he is so amazing with the voice, and just he makes it like a creepy innocence kind of voice to him. And it is very interesting on the way they decided to go with this Chucky doll. But I'm not scared. You know, excuse me. I'm not scared of him. I'm not terrified that he's gonna slit the back of my Achilles heel. I'm not afraid that he's going to sneak up on me while I'm sleeping and try to possess me. You know, I just don't get this with this doll. Now, of course, I guess that has a lot to do with the design of Chucky himself. But because I mean, it doesn't look good, folks. I'm not gonna lie. You can kind of see here the picture. That's not even what he actually looks like. To be completely honest, he looks. If you look like this, or if you look like the cover, if you look like how he did on the cover of the actual movie, it would have been so much better. I would have loved it so much more, but he didn't. So, basically, kind of like, you know, the movie kicks off kind of slow. You know, it's kind of there, and then like the whole reasoning behind Andy getting this doll is because his mother, Karen, played by Aubrey Plaza, I believe that's how you pronounce her name. She notices how lonely her son Andy is getting, which I believe is played by, let me check real quick. It is played by Gabriel Bateman. So basically, which he does a phenomenal job in this movie. They both do. Or Gabriel does a better job, I have to be completely honest. She gets him the Buddy doll because he's super lonely, and he's not making any friends, and because they just moved into this new apartment, and so, you know, it's kind of like, you know, not making new friends. He's you know, not that kind of person. So she gets him the doll for a discounted price, kind of thing, because like it's broken and it has like red eyes. Apparently, that's when someone like turned in the doll, and so, you know, Karen takes it home with her, gives it to Andy. Andy's not too surprised, you know, that he gets a doll. He's like, oh, hey, this kid doll. But then, you know, he later becomes to like it more and more. Now, the name on how Chucky got his name in this movie, because like basically the doll imprints on you. That's kind of how, you know, that's kind of how it gets to know its kid. So imprints on you, and then asks like, oh, what is your name? And, you know, the kid's like, oh, my name's Andy, sup, you know, like saying, hey, what's up, man? And Chucky's like, you know, oh, hi, Andy, sup. He's like, no, it's just Andy. So that's kind of like a funny little thing. But then when Andy names Chucky, it's kind of dumb. Like, it's kind of stupid, because you know, it's a Star Wars reference because of course Mark Hamill's in it, but he was like Han Solo, and then Chucky's like, did you say Chucky? And it's like, no, that doesn't make any, even if the doll was broken, I feel like it wouldn't even have thought it even said that, you know. It's just super weird. It doesn't really make any sense, and that kind of got me annoyed personally. But the movie goes on, you know, because it just, in my personal opinion, what they should have done is they should have had it to where, you know, Andy, because like the father is nowhere to be seen in this movie. You see little pictures of him, that's about it. Now, if the father is dead or something like that, they could have at least referenced him and been like, hey, Mom, what was Dad's nickname in high school or some crap like that? And they always called him Chucky. So it's like, name him Chucky. There you go. That's the name for it. It just didn't make sense to me. At least that's my opinion. Anyways, the movie goes on, and so, Andy and him are getting really close, and, it's like a little montage of them hanging out, and then after that comes the realization that Chucky isn't all there in the head, I guess, or like his animatronics are a little rattled up kind of thing. So basically what happens is we get to be introduced into the Karen's boyfriend, I guess would be the word for this. Not stepdad, but Karen's boyfriend. So basically what happens is Andy and Chucky, I believe, are playing... What do they play? They're playing some board game, doesn't really matter. And the cat goes and scratches Andy. And Andy's, damn it, and Andy's, and Chucky's like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, I'm fine, the cat just hurt me, whatever. And Chucky's like, cat hurt Andy. So Andy goes out to the other room, and then Chucky, you hear the cat screeching and, screaming. Then Andy comes back, and, Chucky's strangling the cat. And so, it's like, oh my god, what the hell? So Andy stops Chucky, and, Andy's like, you can't be doing that, this and that, and then Karen's boyfriend, I can't remember his name, he comes into the room, and he's like, hey, the hell's going on in here, the cat's making noise. And then he's like, sorry, or whatever, basically, little altercation, but you get to realize... So basically in that scene you find out that Karen's boyfriend is a huge dick to Andy. And so after that the movie kind of goes on, and basically, after that nothing really happens. The Karen's boyfriend gets killed, and then this happens. It's nothing really that amazing. So the movie goes on, and basically around the third act, I guess it starts when Andy throws away Chucky. Because him and his two friends that he made, they held on Chucky, and Andy took out some kind of, I guess, the hardware to him, so he doesn't work anymore. So Andy threw him down the trash chute, and you find out that this really creepy, maintenance guy in the basement finds Chucky, puts them together, and he starts looking through Chucky's eyes, because, he has, some kind of weird security camera system in his eyes. And basically you find out that there's, recordings on there, and so the creep, he starts, doing stuff while watching the recordings. And, so then Chucky rises up somehow, and he starts controlling all the Kazan products inside the basement of the apartment which they live in. And so basically from then on, is the most brutal kill in the movie, I have to say. So I'm not really going to spoil the kills in this movie. I'll spoil the story, but not the kills, because, so basically from then on, you kind of, from then he gets killed, and then one thing leads to another, and basically signs are pointing towards Andy, who's killing all these people, kind of similar to the original Child's Play movie. So it's not really that much different. And then it goes on and on and on, and then finally it gets to the final battle, I guess, what you'd call it, in the Kazan, not in the Kazan store. What store is it? I can't remember, but it's a small convenience store that Karen works at where she got Chucky. So basically, they have a new unveiling for Buddy 2, this and that, and it's a new updated hardware system, kind of, and really from there, because, they don't do a good job at keeping your interest in this movie. They don't really do that good of a job. So basically, at this point, I'm kind of sitting there okay, can we just get to the ending, please? I'm sitting there, waiting. And then so finally, the ending comes, and then, this whole final battle goes on, Chucky starts possessing all of these Kazan products, and so all these new Buddy 2 dolls are now being controlled by Chucky, so they're all attacking the customers, and there's blood everywhere, and this and that. And then you get to the point where it's Andy v. Chucky, one-on-one, the final battle. So they're going against each other, and it's a really cool scene. I really did like it. It was really cool, because, Chucky starts messing with Andy by hacking into his hearing aid, and so he hacks into it, and so he's talking to him through, talking to him in it and stuff like that. And then Andy sees Karen there being hung up, and she's slowly being pulled up in a noose, slowly being pulled up, so Andy needs to get up there and cut her down. Then him and Chucky fight, this isn't that, and basically the movie ends. And one of the coolest parts I thought was I forgot what the actual line is, but basically the police officer that was kinda Andy's friend, kinda not, he lived down the hall from him. And the cop pulls out, he shoots him. He's like, "This is the end." And so it's like a really cool homage to the original Chucky, to the original Child's Play, excuse me. When Chucky's like, "But we were friends till the end," and then and he's like, "This is the end, friend," and it starts him on fire, So it's kind of like a homage to that, which I really loved. I thought it was super cool. Basically, after that, you of course get the final little ending. You get the, of course, opening to a possible sequel, while these guys are, because Kaz and are recalling all their buddy products, so they're putting them on the truck. Then one of them, you see the eyes slightly glisten with red, signaling that Chucky is still out there and wanting to be friends with Andy. Excuse me. So basically, that's kind of like the entire plot of the movie, I guess. The entire movie. Now, my problem with this movie is it never kept me interested. I was always sitting there waiting, like, oh, is something going to happen? And then it never does. And it's kind of just this long tease of what could have been such a great movie, which only turns out to be a mediocre movie. So, I mean, honestly, it's okay. Now, the cast. I really love Gabriel Bateman. I thought he did such a good job. Oh, such an amazing actor. Same thing with Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill is such a talented voice actor, and I'm so glad he got to even portray Chucky in this Child's Play remake. Because, I mean, when you think about it, who else would do it besides the original voice actor, obviously? But who else would play Chucky, Mark Hamill is one of the perfect people to play him. Now, Aubrey Plaza, I believe that's how you say her name, she doesn't do that good of a job in this movie, to be completely honest. The part I thought she did a great job at was the ending, when she was being strung up by the neck, and then, she's kind of, hanging there. Her acting there, the way she seems terrified, it's really good. It's really good acting. She looks like she's actually terrified. It's great. But throughout the rest of the movie, I kind of just thought her acting was, I don't know, personally, after seeing her in Parks and Recreation and such, there's just, with her, I never really connect with her, I guess. No, not that. I never really like her acting, I guess, because, I mean, the character that she best plays is the moody, kind of oh, hey, death, this, kind of character. And honestly, I really don't think she was a good fit for this movie. I really don't think. But then again, I don't know who else I would cast. So, But basically, everyone else, I thought they did a good job, good job in their own respective roles, and the only really performances that stood out were Gabriel Bateman and Mark Hamill. Now, overall, I'd give this movie probably a 5.5, maybe a 6 out of 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. And if I were y'all, I would just kind of, I'm kind of glad I waited until I bought it on DVD. I mean, again, I did see it in theaters, but I'm glad I kind of bought it on DVD, because it's a good Halloween slash movie to watch before, Christmas time and Thanksgiving and whatever. But it's a good Halloween slasher movie, and you definitely should see it if you're a fan of Child's Play. And for me, I'm a huge fan of the original Child's Play. I don't really like what they've done with it so far with the curse and what was the new one? Cult. I'm not really a huge fan of those. I'm not really a huge fan of the Bride of Chucky either, or the Seed of Chucky. I kind of like the first 3 Child Plays. That's kind of where I reside. And this one, I think, it fits well into this plethora of Child's Play universe, I guess. I mean, not in the universe, because this is no way connected, but it did a good job at what it was trying to be. Now, I would have done a couple of things a little differently. I would have made the selection of Chucky's name make way more sense with the mentioning the father. I would have added more kills. I would have added I would have added more personality to Chucky, because even though Mark Hamill does a fantastic job as Chucky, there's no emotion behind it. It just sounds like a robot, kind of, where it's kind of just talking like this, and there's no real emotion. So it's kind of like Andy, I thought we were friends, kind of thing. And it's not the best. That's where I would have changed it. I would have added to where it's more emotion, more just something behind it, so it's not just so bland. But Mark Hamill did such a fantastic job nonetheless. So please tell me what you guys think down in the comments below, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, and also hit the notification bell so you know every time I upload. Again, thank you so much for liking my Joker review, and I hope you like this one just as much. Thank you, and bye.